Hi, Sandra here, the Misophonia therapist. And today's question is, why is my husband, spouse, partner suddenly losing patience with me and my misophonia? So I saw a post on social media the other day from somebody who was married, and they said that their husband was becoming more impatient with her and more frustrated with her condition, with her misophonia. So there had been a time when he had been more careful not to make the noises that triggered her, and more mindful of situations where a trigger event was more likely. So perhaps this resonates with you. Are you two in a relationship where your spouse or partner seemingly are becoming less tolerant of your misophonia? And does it seem like they have just stopped caring? Or maybe they are making the noise that enrages you on purpose. And it's really easy to make conclusions, isn't it? You might assume that they have just stopped caring, they no longer give a damn because they don't love you anymore. Or they're just fed up with constantly having to tread on eggshells. Or they finally decided that they have the right to eat, to breathe, to play loud music, to snore, or whatever the triggering behaviour is. After all, they live there too, so why should they be the ones that constantly have to adapt? But as tempting as it is to draw these conclusions or to make assumptions based on how they feel about your relationship or your misophonia, the only real way to find out is by talking to them. And when I say talking, I don't mean arguing, getting defensive, throwing accusations at them, or just blurting out how you feel in a huge torrent of emotion. So here are 4 ways that you can hopefully get to the bottom of why your spouse or partner might be reacting in a negative way to your misophonia, whereas before it wasn't like this. So number 1, remember that our emotions, our emotional responses, are not rational, and they can cause us to fixate on something that is just an easy target. So if your spouse or partner is reacting to you differently, it might be that they are focusing on your misophonia when something else is running beneath, like a powerful current. What could the real problem be? Number 2, and of course the only way to find out is to talk openly and honestly. Can you find a time when you have no distractions and when you're both relaxed or even calm? It might help if you prepare what you're going to say and say it a few times out loud to yourself, or even practice with a friend. Asking people if there is anything wrong or whether something is making them unhappy can be scary, because we don't always want to know the answer. But in order to find out what could be really bothering your spouse, you need to be able to communicate. Yes. And number 3 is listen. Once you've asked your question, just listen. Try not to jump in or defend yourself, as tempting as that feels. Listen to what they are saying. Be open to what comes up. For example, are they perhaps feeling stressed out at work? Do they feel like a priority in your life? Do they feel as though you don't have as much fun or laughter as you used to? Just listen. And number 4, negotiate. Once you've aired everything out in a calm way, see if you can find a way to adapt or fix whatever the problem was. Of course, it might not be simple. Some couples do need the help of a counsellor to unpack all of this, but more often than not, there may be something really simple that they've just blown up in their mind to make it huge when in fact it's really easy. And it might just mean more time to yourselves, greater intimacy, more laughter, more holidays or breaks, more quality time that you can devote to each other. And it's hard, isn't it, when you're in a longer term relationship with lots of other pressures? Have you ever been aware of times when you have felt more triggered by your misophonia than other times? Perhaps when you were stressed or tired. And it's exactly the same for your spouse. If they have concerns or worries on their minds, they might feel less able to support your needs. And that includes being empathic and tolerant of your misophonia. So I do hope all this made sense. And if you enjoy my content on YouTube, please click the subscribe button. And if you are on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, just follow me. And as ever, if you have any questions at all about my content, or if you think that I could help you personally, please feel free to drop me a direct message. Thanks. Bye-bye.